Greetings, fellow RotoBallers. It's time to set those lineups for Week 6, so why not utilize our rankings here at RotoBaller? And Dave, we start with quarterbacks who have a brand new name in the top 10, and I really feel like it encapsulates where we are in the 2022 season.
It sure does, Joe. The Seahawks did the right thing by trading Russell Wilson and sticking with the superior quarterback, Geno Smith, just like we all thought, right?
Clearly, yes.
It's wild times, folks, okay? But Geno is for real, and his defense is not. So the fantasy points ain't stopping yet. He's our QB 10. But speaking of stopping, Joey, pump the brakes on the Stafford panic. We still have him as QB 12. Back home, taking on Carolina, who's just middle of the pack versus quarterbacks.
And Dave, speaking of middle of the pack, Jimmy G. He's also snuck up into our ranks as QB 16 this week. Stream him if you're desperate. Now on to tight ends, Dallas Goedert. He keeps producing and therefore keeps climbing our ranks, now officially a top 3 tight end. He's our tight end 3 this week. We've been on the 6-year breakout David Njoku for weeks, and the rankers, they finally agree. He's tight end 7. He's too dang good to sit right now. And oh no, Dave, it looks like our award-winning rankers here at RotoBaller made a mistake. They have a quarterback running back in our tight end ranks. What is going on? Explain it to me.
Joey, that's no mistake. That is a man who defies both logic and position designations. It's Taysom Hill, people.
Hill.
Okay, the Swiss Army knife, the tight end Konami code. And if your league lets you start this jack of all trades, truly master of none, as a tight end, then folks, you got to do it. He's our tight end 9. We move on to wide receiver, and Joey, I'm seeing a certain animal begin to climb the ranks.
Totally. Bengals.
Nope.
Does it swim in the sea?
No.
Wait, are Texans considered animals? Hold on.
Yes, but no. Joey, it's birds, okay? Seahawks. We got DK Metcalf, wide receiver 11. Lockett, he's our wide receiver 15. And then there's Eagles. AJ Brown, wide receiver 5, very high on him this week, and Devontae Smith at wide receiver 22. We think this is the week, folks. If you got Eagles, you're starting them.
Yeah, Dave. And before we get on to running backs, I do want to mention Hollywood Brown. He's now a true wide receiver 1, ranked as our wide receiver 8 this week. We expect another huge week out of Gabe Davis, too, coming in as our wide receiver 14. Now, running backs, it's a bit of a mess with some big names on bye this week, but Uncle Lenny, he's always there for you, and he can be trusted as your RB5. And then, Dave, things get juicy, don't they?
Yeah, they sure do. Last week we said it was Ramondre Stevens season, and boy, we were right. And now with Harris still out, keep that train rolling. We say he's our RB10 on the week. We said if you got an Eagle, start him. Last time I checked, Miles Sanders, he's still on the Eagles. He's our RB11. And for those that held on to Ken Walker on their bench,
those people that spent 137 fab dollars, just like maybe my co-host right here.
worth every penny, Joe.
That's a Rashad Penny pun, and I love it, Dave. Week 6, baby.
Yeah, the time is now, Joey. Ken Walker kicking off his featured career as our RB14. Let's go.
And RotoBallers, it's time for that 1-minute recap, so here we go. Here are the movers and shakers in this week's RotoBaller rankings. Geno Smith has surpassed Russell Wilson just like we all thought he would. He's QB 10, while we were expecting a bounce back from Stafford at home as QB 12.
Tight ends are still a disaster for everybody not named Kelsey or Andrews, but is it time to add Goddard's name to that list? He's our tight end 3, with big upward movement from David Njoku at tight end 7, and quarterback turn running back tight end Taysom Hill is our tight end 9.
Slash player. And for the wideouts, it's bird season. Start all your Seahawks. DK, wide receiver 11. Tyler Lockett, wide receiver 15. And start all your Eagles while you're at it. Devontae Smith, wide receiver 22. AJ Brown at wide receiver 5. We think Hollywood Brown is now an every week starter, wide receiver 8. And blast off, people, with Gabe Davis. He's our wide receiver 14.
We end with running backs where Uncle Lenny has cracked our top 5. It's Ramondre Stevens season. He's our RB10. All Eagles means start running backs too. Miles Sanders, RB11, and our waiver wire diamond in the rough, Ken Walker, is ready to shine as our RB14. Like and subscribe.